Hello, and welcome back to Vintage Story, where today, well, we've actually got quite a lot to do. There's a lot of options open to me, as I said at the end of last part. All sorts of things. I could rush on into copper, I could be making, charcoal pits and all that. But what I think I'm going to do is remain firmly in the Stone Age for just a little bit longer. And during this time, I'm going to be addressing pretty much all the issues of the Stone Age. Such as, well, okay, now that I've got shelter, I've got a house, and I just realized there's a dirt block left in the roof. But merely having a roof over my head and a pit kiln for some clay goods, which I'm making more of right now, that's not really enough. Looking at what has been a big issue during all this time I've been in the Stone Age. Two things. One, food. I mean, I've been doing fine on berries. I haven't even really touched mushrooms, so I mean, I'll stay alive for now. But often I have to interrupt what I'm doing in order to gather more food. And the thing is, berries and mushrooms take time to regrow. And once I've exhausted the local supplies, I have to keep going further and further to find new berry bushes, new sources of food. So, it'd be a good idea for me to start preserving food. Start putting it in crocks, which are what I am making right now. So put food in crocks and even seal the crocks with animal fat, which makes them last quite a while. And I believe that's what I'm going to spend this part doing. It's going to be a lot of building up food-centered infrastructure for myself. And before I do that, there's two crucial things I need. Because I intend to go hunting, I also intend to maybe even get some seeds to start farming. But an issue that I'll run into, especially with any meat I get from hunting, is that meat doesn't last long. Meat only lasts about as long as the berries in my inventory. I say that like cranberries. Cranberries last a little bit longer than your typical berries. And so, I need crock pots. I need crocks so that whenever I make a nice little stew, it'll last more than a couple days and I can get the most out of it. And it allows me to hunt more than what I need, and I can eat it all before it goes bad. And that is really crucial. But aside from just having crocks in general, I need to make a cellar, which isn't too difficult, all things considered, and actually I've already collected a few materials that are very good for cellars. Okay, now sticks, do. And now, just a little bit of peat, put that on top. And these, let's see, whenever it's peat, I believe it is 18 hours? I want to say 60. You know what? I'm just going to look it up right now because the game tells you a lot of stuff. So let's see. Yeah, peat will take 16 hours for these to burn. And okay, to build a cellar, I want somewhere nice underground and preferably right next to me. So you know what? I'm thinking right here. This area is already raised up one block. So that's one less block that I have to dig down. Right next to the house right here fits in with everything I've got going on here. Now, of course, digging with soil instability is quite the tedious process. Yeah, just like that. But it can be done with just a little bit of perseverance. And okay, I think I've got the idea of the general layout here. So what I want is walls like this. Be like that. Get rid of this block here. It doesn't need to be anything big or fancy. I just want something big enough to store pretty much everything I'll need in the smallest space I can muster. I'm thinking... yeah, this would do the trick right here. This whole place enclosed here, the outside area can go back to being normal soil. But now, of course, the roof. And I'm not actually going to use packed dirt for this. There's another kind of block I can craft, and ooh, in relatively low quantity, now realizing. But I can make a block called cob. And cob, well, as you can see, gives me 10 blocks for only 4 blocks put in, plus a bit of dried grass. And the cool thing about cob is that it is a lot like packed dirt in that it doesn't have physics, but also it allows stuff to grow on it. So, okay, this is gonna be a little bit difficult. Okay, good, you didn't fall in right there. So the roof of this, I'm gonna make out of cob. And then, yeah, it's looking about right. Rebuild all of this leading up to here, make it look nice and natural. And this might look extremely rudimentary, yeah, because it kind of is. And, right, okay, now I remember a little bit of what I was thinking earlier. Because this wall needs to be solid, but yeah, this gives me a solid 3x3 area to mess with, so... yeah, just like that. And you know what, this block can also be packed dirt. Okay. And now I can't exactly make stairs. Well, I can make like a stone path block, then make that into stairs. But I've got a nice alternative to that, because with straw, I can make some straw roofing. But the thing is, there's no law against putting that on the floor. And as it turns out, let's see with how I've done the math here. Okay, if I take out this block and this block, get that one to be not cob, but packed dirt. Put you down there, you down there. And what do you know? We've got a nice primitive staircase made out of straw. And for the door, because I do not want the inside of this structure having holes in it, like with a crude door, I can use hay bales. Because I can almost instantly punch them down. But it's very dark in here. But this is actually a properly sealed room whenever I do that. And for a light source in there, I'm not going to use a torch. I am going to use my single piece of animal fat. Put that together with a bowl, you get an oil lamp, which is a very small permanent light source. I got lucky and found all of these torch holders in ruins, but I can use these for permanent light sources. But I can just put this in here, so instead of being pitch black, boom, I've got that, and I can line these walls with pots, even shelves if I went so far as to do that. Actually, I believe proper shelves, I think, requires boards, which requires metalworking. But yeah, so now I've got nothing in this vessel at the moment. So I can just move it over down here. Yeah, look at like the parish speed here. Like, look how low that is on a couple things, but this is while it's outside, so look at that, 0.85, 0.57, okay, 8557, put that in here, now it's a proper cellar, oh yeah, 0.2, 0.13, if you want stuff to last, you put it in a cellar. Once again, out of food. This is why I'm doing all this, is because I can't pick berries forever. I need a more reliable food source. I need food stores. a good source of food, especially at this point in the game, is meat. But unfortunately, I've got some mods that make that a little bit more difficult. Because not every animal is as simple as killing it and then cutting it up with a knife to get meat. Oh, no, there is a process to this. And I've got to be prepared for that. So, first off, butchering bag requires a whole lot of cattails. Just cattail straight up and ropes from cattails. And what this will allow me to do is I can put this in one of my handbasket slots and pick up dead animals like pigs and bring them back for butchering. Then there's the skinning hook, and that takes some resin, some flint stuff, pretty easy for me to make. But this allows me to skin things on the hook for increased drops. Now it says 80% up here, but that's just 80% from vanilla. If I try to skin a creature just out in the wild without a hook, I'm gonna get less than this. And then I need a butchering table, and this will allow me to get the actual meat in a half-decent amount. And that takes a few more logs, and then a bunch of stones. Alright, I've got most of the materials that I need, but what's left over is to have an extra knife, some flint hooks, and while I'm at it, I'm going to do a couple of flint fishing hooks, and these are from Primitive Survival, and that will help me access another source of food that will keep me going. You know what, I can do it myself. Okay, I've got 8 hooks, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, would you look at that, perfect. Okay. Going to build that out a tiny bit, and if I remember how to do this, I do not remember. Okay, I need a stake, which is crafted with a knife above a stick. Okay. That's 2. Move that out of my crafting grid. 1 here. 1 here. Now I believe what I need now is cordage, if I recall correctly. Okay, yep, that is what I need, though I put it around the wrong way. Let's pick that up. So that's 1. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I don't know exactly how this works. I've never actually made one of these myself. I've seen my friends do it. Ah, there we go. Okay, just had to put all of them at once. And alright, we've got a nice little trot line. We can stick some hooks on here. Now these don't have bait, so they're not going to be the most efficient. Wait, is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7? Oh well, I can't be bothered at this point, just gonna throw that in the water. Now these can passively trap fish, which will be wonderful, because that's a passive source of meat. And alright, get that in there. Seal that up. Good. Alright. Now I've got all the materials needed. Let's get all of this butchering stuff made. Now unfortunately this takes up a basket slot, so let's get you there. Alright. And I can place this down like that. That is not good placement, but I can change that in the future. Alright, I've got the full suite of hunting stuff. Now it is getting late, rift activity is still calm, but I'm not going out hunting at night. So tomorrow, I think it's time for a good hunting trip. Wait, a light temporal storm is imminent. Oh no, I completely forgot about that. Oh no, that's horrible, that's awful, that's actually the worst possible thing that could be happening. I kind of forgot about those because I've had them disabled for a little bit. Oh no. Oh, that is... Darn it, I was just building a nice little thing here. I have no food. I have no food to wait this out. Okay, right. Everything has immediately gone wrong, darn it. Okay. Ah, jeez, I know there's some berries out this way. I'll run over, nab them real quick, everything will be fine, and I'll run back home, and it'll be okay. Rift activity. Okay, you know what? No, I'm going back home, in fact. In fact, I'm gonna go and sit inside my nice little hut, and everything's gonna be fine. You know what? We're just gonna do that. Oh, that is horrifying. So... there's monsters everywhere. The walls are melting. I have no food. Hello there. Please leave. I can't do anything else but just sit here. Well, I might be barricaded inside my house surrounded by untold horrors beyond my comprehension. The walls might be melting. But you know what? That's no excuse not to do some clay molding while I'm trapped in here. So, let's see if we ignore all of the screams and chitters. Something I'm gonna need. Pickaxe mold. And a hammer mold. For the point when I finally... Oh, okay, clay molding's gonna be a bit difficult since reality is falling apart. That tends to make things difficult, come to think of it. But once I get some metal, some copper bits, and such, I'm going to need to pour it into a mold. And let's see, okay, just a little bit here. Can you stop? You're kind of bugging me, phasing through the door like that. Let me get a nice pickaxe mold, and that will be for mining proper copper ore. Because the copper bits on the surface I can pick up, and those are what I'm going to use to make my first pick and first hammer. Because I need a hammer to break apart the actual, like, ore that I get out of the rocks. So you know what, while I'm trapped in here, I might as well just make this. There you go. Now I can't go outside and do anything with these because of the whole reality melting thing, but... oh well, at least I don't have to do that later. Okay, things are kind of back to normal, though these guys left over do seem to be phasing through reality a little bit. Look at you, you horrible creature. That's a deep shiver. Oh geez, these aren't... oh wait, no, it's damage tier 1, so it's not anything too crazy, but okay. Ooh, I can actually hit you through this. Let's... alright. I guess he's gone. Okay. Oh man. Right. If I opened that door at all during that, it would have actually have just broken, and they would have barged in and murdered me. Okay, and my shovel broke. Ah, lovely, everything's just going so well right now, it's great. And let's see, did we get any bites while reality was falling apart? No, okay. Couple sips of water, and now that's put me at extremely low hunger. So I can probably find some berries in this direction. And then hopefully get some meat. What is that? Okay, that's just a chicken. I thought that might be something horrifying. Chickens, I'm not going to bother hunting. They have very little on them. I'd be much better off trying to trap them for a future... Ooh. Wait, that noise. That's like a moose noise. Oh, we got some big animals over here. Dang. I was expecting to have to travel a little ways before I started getting anything. Okay, I've gotten a better view of the area. It seems... Okay, no, that is a mammoth making that noise. Okay, it seems like I've got a big herd of mammoths around. And, ooh, some mushrooms I didn't see before. Okay, oh, wait, nope, I was right. There is a moose around here now. Moose, they're really strong. Those things definitely do a number on you. I don't know if I can actually kill that thing effectively with 3 spears before it just runs up to me and murks me. But a moose is something I can pick up, put on the butchering table, and it's an easier thing to kill than a freaking mammoth. Let's see, where did it go? Okay, it's over there. Looks to be alone. Now, I do have the drop on it. Okay, you know what? There's no rule that says I can't craft more spears on the fly. In fact, that's one of the really great things about flint spears, is that you can just craft as many as you need whenever and wherever you want. Ooh, this is gonna be a bad decision. Oh, of course I missed the first spear, right? Hit you? Now you're coming at me? Go bop, bop. Oh, he's running now. Huh. Dang it. Okay, he's low on health. He's low on health if he's running. There we go, yep. Okay. Ran off this way. There we go. Okay. Yeah, it took quite a few spears, and it didn't hit me for all that much. This improvised armor actually might be doing something. Okay, now... mix that up. Wait, nope. Put this here. And I can pick you up in my inventory. Now that does slow me down. I am walking 8% slower now. Deer there. Okay, I want to get just a little bit closer. Oh! Okay, are you a deer or are you a baby Megaloceros? I really don't want to mess with that thing. You might just be a baby one of those, meaning you're gonna provide less meat. Gonna hit you. Oh yeah, already running from me. Dang it. Okay, you're running a little bit, you stop, and... oh no, didn't die from 2. Dang, you're a tough one. Come on. Holy crap, how many hits is this pig gonna take? You have more health than a moose, apparently. There we go, finally. Jeez. Chased him into a whole weather system. Ugh! Oh, heck no. Okay. Kill you while you're having a seizure. And yes, I know there's a Bowtorn behind me. Just, I need this thing dead. For my own sanity. There we go. Okay, you're dead. Drifter, you can get out of here. And Bowtorn, hello, you missed. Sad, many such cases. Okay. Jeez, a lot more combat out in these woods than I was anticipating. Okay, right. Yeah, sorry, little piglet, but you're about to lose your mother. Because your mother happens to be made out of meat. That's just how the world works. Ah, so close. Gonna hit you a little bit, come on. Maybe get you somewhere a bit more open. Oh, beautiful hit right there. Okay, at this point I've got 3 dead animals, so you know what, that is more than enough for my needs. And, oh, we've got a 4th one. Okay, you know what? Since this is just singular purpose hunting trip, let's actually just go ahead. Come on. Dang it. Let's just go ahead and fill up the butcher bag all the way. Ooh, okay, there's even more pigs here, right? I don't want you guys. I don't want to deal with 3 pigs at once. Oh! Okay. You definitely want to deal with me, though. Okay. Get over here. Jeez, even more pigs. Okay, right, this forest is full of pigs. Taking a mental note of that, that will be very useful. And, alright, that's 3 pigs and 1 moose. That is far better than I actually expected. Oh hey, there's Pete here. There was Pete right next to my base this whole time. Okay, back home. Now, let's put, so that's the moose is on there, and one of the pigs here. Skin this. And off pops some fat, quite a good amount of it. And let's see what we get from you, Mr. Pig. We get an actual hide. Okay, there's lots of uses for that. Now I've got to wait just a little bit for these to actually, I don't know what the term is here. Like, dry, I mean, hang here, whatever it is they're doing. Now I could make rawhide outfits out of you, but also I could make an oiled hide, and see that becomes a pelt. And now pelts, that is the key to many things. For one thing, a hunter backpack, which is an upgraded handbasket. And how many would I need? I think I'd only need 1 medium pelt in order... Yeah, 1 medium pelt would be 1 extra storage slot. That's one thing I can do. Another thing I can do is make some lamellar armor, particularly wooden lamellar armor. And that is the next level of armor that I need. So I'd need multiple pelts. So it's a bit, if I'd be able to get enough hides for that. Might be better off focusing the hunter backpack for now. Okay, I did a little bit of stick hunting while all this meat was out here to dry. It looks like it's done right now. Also found a few reindeer lichen, which is... it's from a mod. It's a mushroom that's a bit different from these ones, but still better than nothing. And now I'm thinking it's time I make a few more wattle fences, because I feel like this area should be more enclosed. I want more control over my environment here. Okay, we're gonna pick that up. And now, put these on there. Let's see, we can put the other 2 pigs that need to be skinned up here. Get them started. And, okay, that one did not give me any pelts. What about you? No pelts from you either. Okay, not having good luck there. But the pig here, I can skin that. And now, here we go. Oh, that is a lot of meat. And, okay, it goes bad very, very fast. I need to put that away pretty much immediately. Let's see. Yeah, you can see. It was gonna be just gone in 23 hours. I put it here in the cellar. lasts me for 6 days now. That is how big of a difference a cellar makes. Okay, there is a lot of good stuff in here. Oh yeah, and another thing I can show off with mushrooms, like this 65 days, now it lasts 1.1 years. Now granted, a year isn't 365 days, it's more 12 times 9, whatever that is. But still, these things will last me through an entire winter if I put them in here. And this one doesn't even go bad because it's a weird modded one. Oh yeah, this is gonna solve my food issues for quite a while. And then get rid of the carcass, and that gives me bones, which have a few different uses. And where did I put the knife? Is that down here? Okay, let's see what the moose gets me. Oh yeah, lovely. Tons of bones too. A little bit of fat as well. I say a little bit, like 5 fat. And oh! I got a moose pelt. Right, the Fauna of the Stone Age stuff. It gives you like the actual pelts of the animal, and then you can convert that into pelts. I'm probably gonna do that, but first things first, need to put this all away. Need to get all this meat stored in here. And so the way to make a raw hide into a pelt, put that in the crafting menu, put a lump of fat in there, now it's an oiled hide. And oiled hide, it can just be left in your inventory or placed on the ground somewhere, and this thing will eventually dry out and become a pelt that I can use for multiple things. So let's see, in total I have got, let's see, all these have the exact same, yeah, fresh 4. I've got 58 raw meat from that trip. Now unfortunately, all that goes bad in 6 days. So I need to cook up and eat quite a lot of this very fast. Though actually the red meat, the prime meat, oh yeah, that's from the butchering mod. That stuff is really good. And I've got enough of it to make a whole stew of just prime meat. Oh, that's gonna be fantastic. So with this area carved out now, let's just take a few logs here. In fact, we're gonna add just a bit. Actually, wait, I can get rid of these ones. You know what, we'll put them right here. And then we'll take the cooking pot, place it on top like so. In fact, you know what? Let's move all of this from ground storage, taking up space in here. Now let's move all of that out here. There we go, a little bit less cluttered. Okay, 4 bowls, and keep that on me. And now, this fire pit. Okay. I'm gonna get the prime meat, and we're gonna put that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. With a lot of the mushroom supply that I've got. And so the way you make a meal is you stick it in here. And the thing is, all of these need to be even. So for 4 servings, I need 4 in each of these 2 slots. And for adding mushrooms, I need 4 as well to get 4 servings of it. Now this is going to be some very, very good food. So take a torch, light the fire, and we will get that thing cooking. And in the meantime, it's high time that I try to get a good supply of dried grass. Now, so far, I've just been running around getting grass that is pre-dried, just grass that's out in the world that's dried. But what I could be doing is taking some normal grass and piling it up. Just put it in a pile somewhere, wait for it to dry, boom, dry grass. I've stated before, but I'll state it again, this aspect of like dried grass, this is from a mod. I'm not actually sure which mod it is, But it's a really good one, highly recommend, even if it makes things, I mean, you could say it makes it a little bit more tedious, but I like it. I like that I'm considering, oh hey, I need to collect grass, let it dry, and if I want grass right now that I can use for stuff, I need to find specifically dry grass. I'll just stack it under here. And in one day, that will be 74 dry grass. So my dry grass supply, now that I'm thinking ahead with it, will start to flourish. And it looks like we got this almost done, and in the meantime, I can sharpen this knife with a whetstone. So the head's durability is down quite a ways. I gotta be careful not to just yeet its entire durability on the whetstone. That is something I can end up doing, like, yeah, 178, just a little bit more, 175, so it's not going down too much. Yeah, 175, okay. Seems I'm in the clear there, which is good. Probably the last time I need to sharpen the thing from completely blunted. And alright, here we go. We've got some prime meat stew with boiled field mushroom. Oh yeah, 1040 saturation, that's just the protein, then 240 from mushrooms, which the game considers vegetables. Oh yeah, so now I take a bowl, and I can just fill them all up. Now that does take quite a bit of inventory space, and oh, I don't think I've ever noticed that before. Hold up. The stew is actually steaming in my hand because it's hot. Oh, that is just lovely. Now, if we look at this, yeah, every serving is 1,280 saturation. For context, my entire, like, hunger bar is 1,500 saturation. So, okay, I'll eat it now. I'll eat it now while it's fresh. Just, oh yeah. I've still got, like, 0.2 servings. Yeah, 0.2 servings left of it after that, but oh yeah. That is beautiful. Okay, let's look at this moose pelt. So, I can convert this into 6 huge hides. Jeez. 3 of these pelts for all of that armor. So 1, 2, 3. Let's get those going right now. And huge pelts, they do take, I believe, 2 lumps of fat. Yeah, for each one. So my fat supply drying up a little bit. But okay, I can put these here. Oh, isn't that looking lovely? Okay, so I've got that. The wisest use of these other 3... Okay, something to consider. Fat is used to seal crocs so that they last longer, and I want all that meat I got to last quite a while for me. I don't know when I'm going to get more pelts. And these go bad in a few days. I guess I don't really need to worry about sealing them for winter. I'm gonna go through all of those in a month or so, so... okay, we're gonna use up all the rest of the fat here. And yeah, with all of these, I should be able to upgrade to... let's see, 5 of these will get me up to a hunter basket. Wait, no, 4 of these gets me hunter baskets, 3 of these gets me wood lamlar armor. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Only issue now is I need more stuff to put with my meat. I need mushrooms. And see, that journey I did before where I marked all of those mushrooms. Now, all that information is doing me some good. Because now when I need mushrooms, I can actually find them. And ooh, this is one I haven't marked. Yeah, exactly like I said last part. Now, I need to do a mushroom run, because I need stuff to go with all the meat I've collected. And what do you know? I know the locations of tons of mushrooms all over the place. And okay, it's looking like this has been a very successful mushroom journey. I've already put away a few of the mushrooms up in the reed basket. Now, these puffballs, I think, yeah, I'm in a good position to head on back. Okay, taking stock of what I've got. Way too much reindeer lichen. That's just for when I'm out of the other things. Got lots of... Okay, you know what I'm gonna put in here? Puffball, red one cap, winter chanterelle. Right. Okay, quickly, yeah, very quickly running out of space in here. Let's see, everything that I can have in 4s and just make a lot of room. Get rid of those first. Things I only have 1 of, or like 2 of, are kind of worthless to me. Okay, with these 2, let's see, let's add 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is 2 different stews. So that's 8, 16. So get 16 out of there, and it looks like we might be able to get at least half of this cooked together with some good mushrooms. And just extend this just a little bit further. And okay, now we've got a nice little fence kind of blocking off this area, and ooh, okay, the stew's done. Right, that stew's done. Let's get the other one cooking immediately. Yeah, look at that. 14 hours left. It rots very fast. Very, very fast out in the open. Oh, and the cool thing, if a fire was just burning, the thing's still hot enough, if you add firewood to a fire pit that's burnt out, it'll instantly catch fire again. Because, you know, it's got embers and all that good stuff. And so now, instead of putting this stew into bowls, I can put it into a crock. And in a crock, they will last quite a bit longer. And if I store said crock in here, it'll last even longer. Right now it's not showing the time, but just trust me. Okay, got 26 red meat left. Not enough mushrooms to really do anything with them. Well, I mean, I've got lichen if I just want to extend out the saturation of them. But I can make a good point right here. So this red meat only lasts 5 days. But if I cook it in a pot and then store it in crocks, now they last 24 days, and like roughly 25 days. Oh yeah, I can extend how long these last by so long, and that's not even sealed. That's not even sealed with animal fat. If I seal them with animal fat, that is a whole year that they will last in a cellar like this. Well, alright, I think this has been a very productive part. Got all the butchering essentials behind me out of the way, got lots of pelts, which will help me make armor, make hunter backpacks. I've got a cellar now behind me there, so lots of good storage for meat, for stews that I make, and all those crock pots. Food, which was an issue right at the beginning of this part, is not really so much an issue. I mean, I still have to keep on top of it, but I'm no longer interrupting what I'm doing in order to run out into the wilderness to find berries to eat. I'd say I am in a much better position now than I was at the beginning of this part. And next part, well, I think having thoroughly conquered the Stone Age at this point, it might be high time that I go out and find some copper. Now with copper, I can start getting into metalworking. And oh boy, the moment you get metal tools, it opens up the game. You have seen nothing yet. I can tell you that much. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.